Hello and welcome to Simply Truthful, the podcast series where we bring you the thoughts of unbiased and honest notable events and everything current in the news circle. Please kindly click the subscribe button and the bell, so you can be the first to know once we upload a new video. In today's episode, we'll be talking highlights of what President Buhari administration achieved in office in 7 years in the area of infrastructural development, Part 3. A press release by Femi Adesina, May 28, 2022. This episode has been splitted into parts to avoid the podcast it being too long. Please be encouraged to see other parts. You will be amazed to see that Nigeria is making progress. Now let's go to power sector. 1. An incremental 4,000 megawatts plus of power generating assets will be completed during the life of the Buhari administration, including the Zungeru Hydro, Kashimbila Hydro, Afam 3 Fast Power, Kudenda Kaduna Power Plant, the Okpai Phase 2 Plant, the Dangote Refinery Power Plant, and others. 2. Energizing education program, taking clean and reliable energy, solar and gas, to federal universities and teaching hospitals across the country. 4 universities completed and commissioned already: Buk, Kano, Funai, Ebonyi, Atbu, Bauchi, and Fupur, Delta, others ongoing. 3. Energizing economies program, taking clean and reliable energy, solar and gas, to markets across the country. 4. Completed projects include Saban Gari Market in Kano, Area Market in Aba, and Sura Shopping Complex in Lagos. 5. Energizing agriculture program, launched in May 2022, to catalyze economic development and improve rural livelihoods in Nigeria through exploring the nexus between mini-grids and agricultural productivity. 6. National Mass Metering Program, nationwide rollout of electricity meters to all on-grid consumers, launched in August 2020. The Central Bank of Nigeria is providing 200 billion naira for this, and so far, more than 1 million meters have been rolled out, in the first phase. This first phase generated more than 10,000 new jobs in meter installation and assembly. 7. Solar Power Niger, SPN, launched in April 2021 to deliver 5 million off-grid solar connections, impacting more than 20 million Nigerians, and financed through Central Bank of Nigeria loans, as well as through partnerships with NDPHC, NNPC and NZIA. The program is expected to generate an additional N7 billion increase in tax revenues per annum and $10 million in annual import substitution. 8. Under Solar Power Niger and NDPHC's partnership, A-Solar is rolling out 100,000 solar home systems across the country, while the NZIA, partnering under SPN, has announced a N10 billion fund for developers, targeting more than 250,000 solar connections. 9. In May 2021, the Rural Electrification Agency, REA, announced the planned deployment of solar-powered grids to 200 primary health centers, PHC, and 104 unity schools nationwide. 10. Nigeria Electrification Project, NEP, is a $550 million program being implemented by the federal government of Nigeria in partnership with the World Bank and African Development Bank. NEP is a combination of subsidies, direct contracts and technical assistance to support electrification across Nigeria. 11. NEP has so far deployed more than 20,000 standalone solar systems, SHS, as well as solar hybrid mini-grids in more than 250 locations across the country. 12. The Rural Electrification Fund, REF, created by the Electricity Power Sector Reform Act of 2005, was operationalized by the Buhari administration in 2016. Since 2016, the REF under REA has executed more than N4 billion in projects, with more than N5 billions of off-grid, mainly solar, projects slated to be executed across Nigeria in 2022. This is not all. Let's go to President Buhari's special grid interventions. 1. Federal government has many key grid initiatives with more than N125.2 billion budgeted between 2015 to 2021 for TCN and development finance funding through the likes of World Bank, AFDB, AFD, JICA and others of up to $1.7 billion. 2. The Central Bank of Nigeria is also funding $250 million for the rehabilitation of critical interfaces between transmission and distribution to increase and stabilize power delivery. 3. Additionally, through the Presidential Power Initiative, PPI, aka Siemens Power Program, an additional $2.0 billion or more will be invested in the transmission grid. PPI is a government-to-government initiative involving the governments of Nigeria and Germany, and Siemens AG of Germany, to upgrade and modernize Nigeria's electricity grid. 4. The contract for the pre-engineering phase of the Presidential Power Initiative, PPI, was signed in February 2021, following the 2020 approval for the payment of FGN's counterpart funding for that phase, while the first set of equipment contract awards were made in December 2021, comprising 10 Mobitra transformers and 10 substations. In all, the PPI will encompass as many as 127 individual transmission and distribution projects, brownfield and greenfield. 5. There are, as of Q1 2022, 135 ongoing projects for transmission lines, substations and other associated grid infrastructure. TCN has completed 30 key substation projects and 12 important transmission lines. 6. Some of the critical grid interventions across the NESE include the resuscitation of the second Igbonaja transmission line and the recently commissioned NDPHC Lafayette 2x150 MVA and 2x60/132/33/330 kV transmission substation, under NIP. Other ongoing interventions include 330 kV quad lines in Alaoji to Onitsha, Delta Power Station to Benin, as well as the Kano to Katsina 330 kV line, respectively. 7. The $200 million Lagos/Ogun transmission infrastructure project, financed by JICA. It entails the construction of about 200 kilometers of high-voltage transmission lines and a number of high-voltage substations, benefiting several communities in the two states. 8. Through a special CBN intervention for transmission distribution interfaces, contracts have been awarded for more than 30 substation rehabilitations and 1,570 MVA transformer capacity upgrades, with 34 critical transformers to be installed or replaced. 9. On a policy level, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has rolled out various policies ranging from a tariff capping regulation for unmetered customers, to the eligible customer regulations, to the introduction of a service-based tariff regime and CBN oversight of DISCO bank accounts, which has helped improve payment discipline by DISCOs. And finally, let's go to the housing sector. 1. The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, has completed or is completing housing projects in 34 states of Nigeria, under the National Housing Program, with the support of the state governors who provided the land. So far, more than 5,000 houses are at various stages of completion, and thousands more are planned. 2. The Family Homes Fund Limited, FHFL, incorporated by the federal government of Nigeria in September 2016, is the implementing agency for the Buhari administration's National Social Housing Scheme. 3. The fund has now completed more than 13,000 homes across 9 states, with another 20,000 commencing building works in 2022. In the process, these housing developments have created more than 64,000 direct and indirect jobs. Thank you for listening. Please rate, review and subscribe to or follow the podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Apple, Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. See you in the next episode.